My name is Stacy Stultz, and the title of my book is Unraveling the Mother Knot, Navigating the Ruptures of Addiction.
So,
A light little read.
so you've been in the 2020 Liberate class.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
great 2020 class. Yeah.
Liberate 2020 class. And so for you, there's so much. I feel so grateful you brought this into the world and the timing of it.
Mm-hmm.
How many years ago did you ever think about putting a book into the world, or did you keep journals and mixed media?
Always. I have art journals, I have writing journals, I have journals full of collage pages. I wanted to write a book since probably I was in 5th grade. But I thought write a book.
Yeah.
Write a book. This was just the perfect fit because all the art that I make and all the pictures that I have, it just all came together. And I never thought, like, I have your books, I have all of your books. I have books like that are similar, but I never thought that's where the story could go in that way. Because if I just go through my journals, it doesn't really make a book. So I had to knit this all together. And it was just, I've wanted to write a book forever, as long as I can remember. So.
And this is just the first.
So first, I'm going to do another one. I'm determined to do another one. I'm already like gathering.
Yes.
It's so exciting. I'm telling you, the universal timing of all this was just spectacular. So.
What was it for you so you mentioned you'd gotten the email or you'd been thinking about it last year, and then this sort of seemed like the right time for you.
Yes.
Were there any hesitations or things like thinking, any doubt or?
Of signing up?
Yeah.
No, nothing. It was just like, there's the email, you have to do it, like today.
And what about, I'm just curious, because what about it spoke to you the most? What made you think, yeah, because it's a big investment. What did you feel like what you were going to most benefit from about it?
I guess the unknowns, just the whole process of physically putting a book together. I wouldn't have known how to research that or where to go or just the little technical things. Mm-hmm. Like when Susie did the thing about editing your photos. I was so overwhelmed, but you got to get in there and just try it.
Yeah.
And and I looked at that video over and over to try to follow, because I'm really not good with the technical stuff.
I know. Yeah, it can feel so daunting. And then you see other people that are like, okay, this is doable. Like they're like me.
And just having all these resources and how one person did it. So just sitting and listening to the initial classes. And then all of a sudden I just started writing about this book and these ideas and these photos. And it just fell on the pages. So it needed to be told.
What was the community like for you? What was it coming in?
Absolutely. I couldn't have done it without the community, because I'm sitting there and I'm listening to people share, and it just sparks things in you. Like, oh yeah, I had that problem, or oh yeah, what a great idea, or oh my gosh, like light bulbs were just going off constantly. And the energy was great. And just the vulnerability of people, if you think about, everybody's just sitting in their homes at this present moment, and they have so much that you could learn from. Yeah. And that platform is great because it's safe and people really feel comfortable sharing. And I just got so much comfort out of that. I just think we all carry stories. We all have life experience and stories that are just personal to us. And if you just, like I said in the book, if I had been able to read those words or to know that someone else had that shared experience, it just takes away that isolation.
Yes.
And for me, it's not like I ever dwelled on it, the whole growing up thing. That's in the past, done my work, that's over. But to have it in this little precious container, as we talked about before, like just have the story sitting on my shelf, and all the artwork and all the words and all the photographs are just in this nice little safe container for me. Yeah. And it's that I can't even I can't even express what that feels like, to just do that for yourself and share one story of your life and have it in a beautiful little package. It just, I don't, it's just, it changes your life, I think. It really just, it made me feel a little more confident in general, just in everyday life, just to have that accomplishment, but to have all those emotions and all that the feelings and the story and the pictures together, it's just, it's priceless.
Yeah.
It was just such a gift, this class, to just do that. I can't even tell you. And you make it so easy, non-judgmental. It's definitely a place where if you have something that you want to explore and put it in this kind of format, this is what it's for. It's not for just throwing together some of your artwork in a binding and having it out for.
Right.
It's a really safe, well-structured from start to finish. It's not like you feel like you're jumping in the middle. There's definitely a flow to the whole entire class that it just, even if you're fighting it or you're having stumbling blocks or it's just not moving, it'll move just because of the flow of the class and the way that it's outlined and the exercises and the poetry. Everything was just, I just felt like I was just in the class by myself because I was like, oh, I needed that today. That's exactly what I needed to move on to page 50. There was just something to get out of it all the time. And what is the point of holding on to an untold story? Just get it out there and it just heals you and changes who you are a little bit. You just shift with this, I feel like. So I feel like everyone could take this class and make something. Even if you don't get it out there, you just put it together.
Yeah.
In a nice little space.
Yeah.
So
Thank
I'll
you.
be your biggest advocate. You have everybody call me and I'll tell them, do it. It's just these chances don't come along often in your life. I've taken online classes. I can't even count how many online classes. None of them has had this effect on me. Like where it just, like when I was finished, it was like, just, I felt so refreshed and renewed and accomplished and just, I had a place for all that artwork. So anyway, give everybody my number and I'll I'm your biggest fan. No, it's a remarkable course. And I hope everybody feels that way. I can't imagine that you take something this powerful and can't get something out of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just, I don't know. I was there and I was ready for it and it was time. But even if I wasn't, I'd just be like, I have to make something.
Yeah. So. And I really like the idea. It's like, when people talk about courses and I'm like, I really like the emphasis on this experience. I wanted people to have an experience. I'm like, if we can't meet in person, and I actually really love the online way to do it this way too.
Yeah.
There's an intimacy that's different. And I love where everyone's coming from. But I like the feeling because I haven't taken lots of online classes, so I don't know how to compare it to, but I do hear that there's a closeness that happens.
Yeah. And most of them, you watch a lesson and then you make the work and then you build on the next, that kind of thing. But we're sharing real stuff in this class. Mm-hmm. It's like the real meat and the juiciness of life, and good or bad. But where do you get an opportunity to do that? That's what I'm saying, really, where you can have shared experience and just shared stories, and that does not come along that often. So I just feel like it was just there was not one class that was like, I could have skipped this class. They were all just filling and juicy and meaty and
good.
So I'm just a firm believer of we're here and we should tell our stories and get as much out of every experience that we can. And definitely 100%, it was worth it. Every penny, every meeting
Yes, thank you
Mhm.
so much. I really appreciate that. What would you say it was in your own, if you can share anything a little bit, like anything in your own, did affect your relationships or help you in any way, the person you are now, if compared to
Like,
maybe before you'd done the book and it was just living in you?
I th- not necessarily in how I relate to people, but people who are close to me who knew, like, my mom's an alcoholic. What does that mean? And then they read the book and they were like, wow, like there's a whole other dimension to you that I didn't know about, that I totally respect. And just, I guess it just deepens my relationship with other people because I'm being vulnerable and I'm sharing. Not that I don't on a regular basis, but it's here it is in print. It's not a conversation. And even the artwork, people are like, just wow, like where did all this come from? And you didn't tell us you were writing a book, and you didn't tell us you were making this artwork for this book. And I've had people ask me to buy pages of the
Yeah, I
work,
bet.
and it just, I don't, and even my sons, 3 grown sons, who know, they know about their grandmother, but it was like, gosh, mom, this is something. You never talked about this. You never complained about this. You never made snarky remarks about this. Just, this is, I just feel like it exposes me on a deeper level, like that people, again, they just don't get the opportunity to do. It's just, I can't imagine if the whole world had to take this class and just invest a year on in and on yourself and just pick one story and we can just pass them around. I'm at the grocery store, I'm going to share my book and you're going to share your book.
Yes.
How that could change everything. It just creates empathy for people.
Yeah.
And just if you get one thing out of it, definitely life altering. Really, I'm not just saying this to say it, but it really, like, this course really changed a lot for me. Just, and it's almost like I can't find the words, but it really just investing in that time and that 9 months, it just did a lot of shifting for me.
Thank you so much.
I'll be the first one to sign up.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Bye.
Bye.